In tonight's Return to D-Day, a father's present you can dream about for Father's Day. So many D-Day veterans are reluctant to talk about the war for them. That includes the man you're about to meet. But what is different here is that on this trip, this man finally opened up. But not so much to us, to someone far more important.
We found several of the 6th Armored out here.
Charlie Alford, a 6th Armored Division 1st Lieutenant, forward observer, a fire direction officer in the Battle of the Bulge, a concentration camp liberator, a Silver Star recipient. But if you ask him, he'd probably never tell you.
You know, a lot of people complain about the greatest generation, never talked about it to their family. Well, you can't talk to people that weren't where you were.
But now, over the age of 90, and on likely his final journey back to the same fields he fought through here in northern Belgium, he is finally sharing it all with his son David.
It's very important because it's a piece of history, living history in this case. And I don't think you can experience that kind of history just reading out of a history book. And see, what he doesn't realize is that he's bigger than life.
Father, grandpa, husband. Family photos paint a portrait of a man who is good to his family, a man who shared incredible moments with them over the years. But his son David is the first to finally share an incredible moment of his dad's history here.
Charlie, when you walk into a place like this, I'm just curious, when you see the headstones, what does it do to you? What does it mean to you?
It really does. Because
All right, dude.
you walk in, it's a beautiful sight until you realize you're looking at 6,000 people in this case.
Miles of walking, hours of talking, the brutal cold of the fight of the Bulge, moments in time where it all happened, first-hand stories to cherish forever.
It's a remarkable thing to be able to see World War II through the eyes of somebody you love.
Decades before his son was even born, Charlie Alford arrived right here on Omaha Beach. He came in about 30 days after D-Day, but he had already heard about all the casualties, not only on this beach, but other beaches as well. And he knew coming in that emotions could get you killed.
I had no fear throughout the war. I guess I thought I was on a baseball field or something, because I never gave it a thought. Of course, I wasn't a Christian at the time, so death was not, and I was 22. So what am I thinking about dying?
Charlie was among the lucky to come home, live a good life, and 70 years later, walk hand in hand with his son on the very sand where his own war story began.
Is being here with him important?
Great. Number one guy here.
Number one guy here is what he said. Daughters of World War II, Dallas nonprofit, is responsible for taking these men back and their expenses. They survive on donations. Tomorrow night, a thanks deeper than any of our returning D-Day heroes could have ever imagined. We're back in a moment.